Hello and welcome back to another mod spotlight video on ARK Survival Ascended. Today we are checking out the new premium mod Medieval Guilds and Goblins from Blitzfire 911, which is a mod I have been eagerly anticipating ever since it was announced 8 months ago. The mod will set you back a sum of $10 and can be played cross-platform. I will be giving away a couple of free codes to this mod, so be sure to stay to the end where I will be giving out the details of how to win. So let's dive into the features of the mod and see if it is worth the $10 price tag. Let's get straight into it. Step into a world where medieval life meets prehistoric wonder. Medieval Guilds and Goblins reimagines ARK Survival Ascended from the ground up, perfectly merging the world of dinosaurs, ancient technology and magical creatures. There are a lot of new gameplay mechanics in this mod, giving survivors an immersive, fresh and fun experience. What better way to begin the video than by showing how many different building pieces and variations you have to play around with. The mod adds 6 brand new tiers of base structures. These are not skins but actual structures, just like thatch, wood, stone, etc, and are all separate engrams of course, beginning with clay, which is the weakest tier of structure that you can unlock at an early level. Up next is Goblin, which looks awesome by the way. These pieces are unlocked around level 35 and are much stronger than clay. Village is the next building tier, which will be unlocked at around level 40, entering the Stone Age with the stucco structures, unlocked at level 56. I really like the look of this one too, but to be honest, all these structure variants are highly detailed, so it's going to be tough to pick a favourite. Next up is the classic cobblestone, which is unlocked at level 67, your go-to material for a sturdy stone looking base. And finally we have the castle variant, which is also very cool and unlocked at a whopping level 87, so you definitely won't be building yourself a castle straight off the bat. All of these structures will of course have their own fence, dino gate and behemoth gate variants, and you will also find that when equipping most structures there is the option to scroll through a wide variety of different building pieces. There are so many different structure pieces included in this mod. Another cool thing you can do with these building pieces is randomize the way the structure looks. So basically nothing ever looks the same, which is a really cool mechanic, and you can do this by accessing the structure's radial menu and selecting the random seed option. There is so much you can do when it comes to building in this mod. It will most definitely be a builder's dream. To build almost every structure and item within the mod will require farming resources just like you do in the base game. However, the mod adds a wide variety of new resources through your world, which you can sink your pickaxes and hatchets into. For example, different types of ore harvested from rocks, different types of meat harvested from carcasses, or different types of wood harvested from trees, just to name a few, which can all be refined into many more unique resources and materials at crafting benches later on. There are too many to mention, but this is the beauty of the mod and the reason why it's so good. You will forever be learning when playing Medieval Guilds and Goblins. With these resources comes many new structures and crafting stations that all have their own unique purpose. I'll showcase a few that you will need to know to get started, because if I did showcase every single crafting station in the mod, I'd probably be here for days talking about them all. There is so many structures to explore within this mod. The craftsman's table is the first workbench you will have access to and is vital in crafting all your basic items. This is where you will craft all your fundamentals like tools, weapons, structures, supplies, pretty much everything. If you do miss primitive style weapons just like me, you've come to the right place. This mod adds a wide variety of brand new weapons and tools to the game, all with their own unique character, animations and ammunition, which you will have to craft from the Bulletsmith Bastion by the way. The Goblin Trader will be an important POI you'll be wanting to visit. You can craft yourself your very own Goblin Trader from your own inventory and place the structure down nearby to your base or wherever you want to place it. Currency is of course gold coins. You can either sell or buy a variety of different items that are completely random. You can access the Goblin to sell or buy items, or you can hold the access key on the Goblin to access the radial menu, which is where you can hire your own goblins to work for you. And this is where the gold comes in. I'm pretty sure gold is only used to hire goblins right now, but I'm sure it will have many more uses in the future. There are 6 different goblins to choose from, and you'll be wanting to hire the correct goblin for the job. For example, if you want to cook up some recipes with the cauldron, you'll be needing to hire a chef goblin. All goblins have their own unique skill set assets and can perform helpful jobs around your base. A good example is the Medic Goblin, where you can stick medical brews inside its inventory, and when enabling healing on its radial menu, will go around your base and heal your dinos for you. Or at least that's what it's meant to do. This guy just stood in front of my poor Stego and didn't take care of him at all. So I either did get unlucky, or there's a few kinks that need ironing out in their abilities. There are a wide variety of these stations that are manned by your goblins that you have hired to work for you, and also your own tamed creatures once assigned. And I love the fact that they added creatures to these crafted stations too, because they're much prettier to look at than the goblins. No offense goblins, but you ain't that pretty. They can be a little confusing to set up at first, so let's go over it real quick. When looking at a station, it will give you a prompt telling you the requirements it needs to function. So here we have the mixing station, which needs water to function. So just like the industrial cooker, you'll be needing to place down an intake and some water tanks if further away from water. Now we're good to go. All stations will have an inbox and an outbox. Items crafted by a goblin will go into the outbox. When looking at the inbox, it will tell you exactly what you need to begin to function. In this case, a tinker goblin is required. So hold the access key on the main structure and you can assign your goblin to the station here. A green beam will now be visible attaching to the goblin. You'll have to wait a few seconds and your goblin will man the station. Inside every single station you will find recipe cards. So pick out your desired recipe, then stick it into the input box, and also the resources required in crafting that recipe, and your goblin will get right to work. You will now see a prompt on the outbox of how long it will take for your item to be produced, and it will then go straight into the output box. And if for some reason you're not happy and want to cancel the crafting queue, you can also do this with the option on the structure's radial menu, which will also refund you your resources. And that's all there is to it. Lovely jubbly. Goblin outposts can be found scattered throughout your world, and I may be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure these are what replaces supply drops in the game, as since installing the mod I haven't seen one supply beacon. So you can rock on up to these outposts, start smacking down the box inside to destroy it. The goblins will not be happy about this however, and will begin to attempt to Hulk smash your face in. Once you take care of them, you can destroy the box for some tasty loot, which ranges from resources, structures and high quality weapons, etc, etc. You'll also be able to loot unique recipes that you can use in some of your crafting stations, where loot goblin camps will be the only way you can obtain these recipes. I don't think the goblins are going to be too happy with this one either. Farming also plays a massive and vital role in guilds and goblins. It will give you access to a plethora of new crops and recipes. This can either be done manually or through the use of hiring farming goblins. Grab yourself a hoe, dig yourself a cheeky hole, which will then be able to access, whack your seed in, and also chuck in some fertilizer. Be sure to give it that sweet H2O, pretty much the exact same thing you do when planting crops in a crop plot. There are a few structures you will need if you want to automate it. An icebox, which is used like a refrigerator, a medieval compost bin to hold all your feces, a fertilizer silo to store all your fertilizer, and finally a thatch machine, which you won't need if you do have dung beetles. You will need to have yourself 3 farming goblins, then access their radial menus to assign them to a job. So you need to assign one to collect poop, which he'll place inside the compost bin. Set the second goblin to fertilizer mode, where he will collect thatch from the thatch machine, and will also take the fertilizer out of the bin and stick it into the silo. Assign the third goblin to farming mode. He will take food out of the crops and stick it in the ice box. And there you have yourself an automated farm. How cool is that? Now we've covered the majority of the basics, it's time for the verdict. Is this mod worth the $10 price tag? Well, to be completely honest with you, I don't think there is any other premium mod out there that compares to this mod in general, or at least in terms of quality. The amount of detail and hard work that has gone into this is evident. It is such a high quality mod. It is an absolute game changer and really does revive the primitive side of ARK, something I know a lot of us have been craving for so long. And I did love Primitive Plus back in the day, and I have no idea why it stopped getting the support it deserved. I've always loved the primitive side of ARK, and I typically do lose a lot of interest once I reach the tech tier, and then just tend to start a whole new playthrough on a different map. But that is just me, of course. But yeah, this mod adds so much to the game, so many new features, so many new gameplay mechanics. The mod is very polished and seems to work really well, minus my little issue with the Medic Goblin, of course. I am yet to come across any bugs or glitches, which is always a pleasant surprise in ARK. All I have to say, it was well worth the wait, and Blitzfire and his team have developed an absolute gem of a mod here. I have also heard Blitzfire say that they do plan to keep updating this mod and will be adding some cool new features in the future. For example, larger goblin camps with tougher resistance, and even made a mention of a potential boss, which would be super cool. I would love to see a giant troll boss or something like that. Either way, the future of Medieval Ascended is looking promising. It is 100% worth the price tag. And that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope the video was helpful to you all. And if it was enjoyable or helpful in any way, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. I have 2 free codes to give away to this mod. If you'd like a chance to win, be sure to join my Discord server, where the 2 winners will be chosen at random from a random name generator. Link will be in the description of the video and in a pinned comment. Plus, you get to join in on all the fun in my Discord. It's always a party. I appreciate you all, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.